All right, today's development diary number 2. We're going to talk about what mechanisms I wanted to go with the theme. I came up with last time we talked about what theme I wanted to come up with. So this time we're going to talk about what mechanisms I wanted to deal with. I knew that I wanted the game to be card-based, and the reason for that is because I have played so many card games, and a lot of them. So I knew I wanted to be card based. I knew I didn't want dice in the game. I don't like dice. I hate dice. Dice hate me. I didn't want that kind of. I wanted a random element of the decks, but I didn't want it to be dice. So no dice. I knew that. I knew I wanted to be card based. I knew I didn't want it to be. I knew I wanted to be asymmetrical. I knew I wanted to have different characters that were going to have different abilities. So I knew I wanted to be an asymmetrical card-based game that had no dice. And that's what I knew I wanted. So, okay, how do I marry this with the theme I wanted? Well, it's easy. I knew I wanted different characters thematically, and I knew I wanted to be an asymmetrical game. So that matches up real nice and easy. So let's give each one of them a deck of cards to work with, and each card deck will be inherent to that character. I wanted to do that as opposed to one deck that everybody could play out of. I wanted it to be an individual deck for each character, so that each character's deck could feel more thematic. I could give a character cards that felt like it should belong to that character, and that would make sense, but maybe not make so much sense if it were in the hands of a different character. And I wanted to help that by naming the cards with names that had thematic names, and eventually artwork that's going to be thematic for that. And I even put in some flavor text on the cards to help with the theme. So that's what we did with that. I knew I needed a way to end the game, right? Whether it was going to be we get to so many points, or we get to a common goal, or turn-based. And so I decided to go turn-based. So I said, okay, we're going to have a round marker, so a round track. So we can keep track of what round it is. We're going to play this many rounds. That's going to be the game. I knew I wanted that thematic mechanic to let me know when the game was over, and that time marker time tracker really fits the bill. And it may be simplistic in some people's mind, it may be trite in some people's mind, but it fits. And that's what I wanted. Now, after those two things, the next step was putting it together, actually making those pieces, making those individual decks, making those individual characters, making their abilities. And we've done that, and we're going to talk about that in the next video.